Hello? Hello? Alright, sweet. So, guys, this is Antiochus the Third here, giving you a replay commentary on a 4 versus 4 BH game. It's on a unique little map here. It's not grassy flatlands, as you can see, because it's neither obviously grassy nor flat. Nonetheless, it's still a remarkable game because this is going to be the game where we look at the most recorded kills ever scored by a player using Sparta in the entire recorded history of 31K. So, no surprise, it's somebody from the Greek clan, Greek-Kleomenis III. Also, one of the best players the clan's ever had. He's taken Sparta, and as you can see, he only has 12 Spartans. He has 7 Cretans and 1 militia cav. So it's very impressive he got this amount of kills with this small amount of infantry. Of course, if he uses Macedon, and if Macedon obviously runs around or exposes its back or sides, these Cretans will certainly rack up a lot of kills. But it's still impressive nonetheless to get that many kills with only 12 heavy elite infantry units. So it'd be very interesting to see how that exactly played out. So I haven't watched this replay before. I always do my commentaries. I just watch it as it goes on. I know I run the risk of missing stuff, but I feel like I'm sort of along the ride with the audience, and I'm just sort of commentating on things that I see as they happen, and share what is surprising. But obviously, there are advantages to watching a replay first and then commentating, because then you could point out things that the audience might not see going on. Nevertheless, well, I waited for a long time before actually commentating. It's on double speed, and the game still hasn't started yet. This is pretty typical in 4 versus 4, is everybody getting ready, but here we go, everybody's finally ready. So right in front of Cleo is Spartan Commander with a gigantic force of Royal Pikemen. I don't know how many he has, but it looks like a lot. Cleo has, it looks like if he closes the gap, he may have a slight terrain advantage, but honestly, it's pretty flat. Maybe a slight terrain advantage to him, but it's not very significant. You'd still expect these Royals to beat them, especially this many. So right off the bat, Cleo is going to fire point-blank range right at Spartan Commander's pikes. Because of how many there are, it's almost like having a few little units to Pila with. Over here we have Conan, who's taken a massive force of archers. He's not actually, it doesn't look like he's using them to counter Cleo's Cretans, which is going to hurt Spartan Commander's odds of beating this army of Spartans. Cleo's pressing a limited attack with about 5 Spartans. It looks like are pushing in. The rest are sort of in reserve. It looks like Steve Longshanks with his Macedon, also a massive force of Royal Pikemen, is running all the way up here to get to Cleo. Obviously, the advantage is that Cleo runs the risk of getting doubled. There is a Rome here from Legion 22. We have Seleucids also coming, commanded by Mad King. He was also Seleucids in my 3,000 kills video when I was Macedon. He's taking it here. So far, it looks like Cleo is doing pretty good against Spartan Commander's army. He's pushing in. He's very, very inside the front units here. Obviously, the units in the back are still have their spears pointed. Cleo's going to flank. He's actually at a terrain disadvantage now from this flank. Arguably, I'm not really sure, but it looks like he's at a slight. I don't really think it matters that much, honestly, with this. It's not very significant. He has so many archers just firing at point blank range. They're certainly helping, but it doesn't look like they got that many kills so far. Now, Steve is already winded. He's running uphill. I don't know if that actually affects stamina. I would assume so in real life it would, so maybe they thought of that in the game. He's running. He still has a ways to go. This is not going to be good for Spartan Commander's morale, this many units. There's only 12 Spartans here, but there are the Cretans and now all these Urbans here. So this is really bad. If he throws any Pila, that's going to debuff Spartan Commander's morale even more. Spartan Commander is getting flanked. He has started to turn around units, so that'll help him out a bit. But it looks like Cleo's attack is still pressing onward pretty well. He does have a very, very slight, incline going in his favor, as I did in my video as well. That certainly helps. But Spartan Commander's definitely got an advantage now because he just has so many more pikes, and Conan's right here rebuffing his morale a bit. It looks like Legion has started to throw Pila, but surprisingly, most of it really isn't hitting the Royal Pikes. Some did, but a lot of it was hitting this Pila screen by Conan over here. Steve Longshanks is now tired. Okay, his army is tired, and it's about to engage these Spartans, which are not tired yet. They're warmed up. So it looks like more Pila is being thrown. It's definitely hitting Royal Pikes now. Although it's just auto Pila, it's not very accurate. It's hitting sort of other units on the side, as you can see. There's some Urbans that are dead here and behind. Still helpful, but so it looks like what Cleo's done here is that he has a lot of infantry focused on fewer Royal Pikes, which will help him just wipe out Spartan Commander's army small segments at a time and then overwhelm him with time. As he's pressing forward, obviously he's got the hill advantage going for him a little more. And Steve, before he even begins fighting Cleo, is now tired. This is going to be a severe problem for Steve, because even if Cleo is winded or even if he's tired, with the mass row going on, with the Urbans backing him up, with the very slight hill advantage that he has, it's not very significant. It's something, but with all that being said, this is going to really hurt Steve, and given that this is a blob, this may actually just cause a big, massive mass rout, which would really, really hurt them a lot. So it looks like a general is dead. I don't really know what general. It's a good guess that it's Spartan Commander's general. He only has 40 men left. We can go take a look. That really wouldn't help him out. I'm assuming it's him. I don't see the general. Now it looks like Steve is doing, while tired, is guard mode off, maybe even on, and he's just walking into Cleo's pikes. Maybe he's thinking the numbers will win the day and absolutely destroy him. I highly doubt that's going to be the case, just given how tired he is, the fact that there's a little hill, and there's all this. Legion still has Pila that he's throwing. These Cretans are just firing point blank range right into anything, probably the pikes, but I think he's shooting archers now, which is a very wise move. He'll still get a lot of kills. So actually, thanks to Steve, as you remember earlier before, Cleo had a pretty sizable force of Spartans just crunching right through. They're now dwindled to nothing. On the other side here, where he wasn't using the Spartans so much, they're now starting to press through, and they're getting a lot of kills. They're not only fighting two Macedons, but they're also fighting Conan's Urbans here. So Cleo has been effectively fighting three armies by himself, with Urbans and Royal Pikes combined. Now Legion is going to throw his Urbans. He's going to run right into the Pikes. They're a little blobbed. The Urbans are probably not going to have a problem getting through the spear tips, and it's going to cause a mass rout pretty slowly. And that mass rout is going to develop speed as things progress. These Royal Pikes are now at a critical moment of being overwhelmed. And then Legion's going to kind of seal the deal with a massive cav charge. And from the way it looks, these pikes are pretty much doomed. Cleo's Cretans, all these archers also over here, and Cleo's remaining Spartans are just going to eat up all of these units that are going to fight to the death if these actually rout. They haven't quite yet, but as you can see, Steve was running all that way. He's very tired. He's almost at the point where his pikes are exhausted. So they can't tire anymore, and the morale is going to be terrible. Mad King is going to come around. There's going to be a total surround here, and almost three armies minus Conan's cav perhaps are now going to just rout, as you can see there. So Cleo Spartans have the highest attack of any unit here. Even though there's a small number of them left, in proportion to their numbers, they're going to kill a lot. Obviously, the other players are going to get some kills too. It looks like Cleo's Cretans are done for, besides these little nobs here. They're still shooting. So Cleo has a really good position here to get lots of kills just from these units dying by themselves. As you see, Lando over here has tried a little surround to try to stop that. He's actually now, in doing that surround, he's gotten a little terrain advantage here, but it's just way too late. They've lost about 3 armies from this move here. Cleo almost has nothing left, but he did the job. Like, certainly, he definitely killed almost 2 Macedons here, which is conceivably a chance to even get 4,000 kills, in my opinion. They had so many, they had just all pikes. It actually wouldn't be surprising if he was the first player ever to get 4,000 kills. Maybe if he had more units alive, and these other guys weren't kind of like stealing the rest of them. That's easily that's over 4,000 kills to be had with Conan and 2 Macedons. So everybody's just going to admit defeat. Poor Bark, didn't really do anything. He's also in my video, where I posted 3,000 kills as this faction, actually. So we have two players from the previous video making a cameo for Cleo's video. That's actually kind of poetic. Cleo is still alive here, still killing Spartans, which is awesome. It's going to kill every last Macedonian fighting to the death. All these guys are just routing. There's very little units left alive. They've almost been killed to a man. This is probably the luckiest unit in the game. 49 men routing. So this was an awesome battle. Very well played to Cleo there. The way he was attacking, he didn't just blob all the way in at first. He made a very measured. He always makes very measured, calculated moves that are primed for winning at the end, rather than just setting in and fuck all. So extremely impressive kills here. He has 3,424 men. This is the most kills with Sparta ever. Anybody using Sparta in any game. I mean, plenty of people get 2,000 kills, 2,500 kills. A few have gotten 3,000 kills, but this is the most with Sparta ever recorded. So let's check out the kill stats. Almost all of the Spartans got 200 kills or more. One even got 321 kills. Even with 76 kills against Royal Pikes or Urbans, that's pretty impressive. His Cretan archers didn't get that many kills. One, it looks like, got 268 kills. That's amazing for a Cretan archer. Militia Cav got 142 kills. So really well played there. Extremely efficient pound-for-pound kills. Only had 12 elite infantry. So there you have it, guys. Most kills with Sparta ever recorded on a 31k game. Naturally, it's Cleo. Arguably the best player with pikes in the game. So that's the battle, and I'll see you next time.